Hi everyone, and welcome to this video where I'm going to answer one of the most common questions I keep getting asked, which is, why do I keep saying in my videos that you should move off using the gas and the clutch together? It's quite funny, I think, how loads of people keep replying to my videos saying my instructor's telling me to just use the clutch. That's incorrect, it's wrong, and I'm going to tell you 3 different ways today. I'm going to show you 3 different methods, 3 ways of thinking that will explain why it's wrong. Now, first of all, I should point out that the most important one of all is that when you learn to drive, all instructors and all examiners should go by the book, which is the DVSA Essential Skills. If you want to look it up on somewhere like Amazon, go and look it up, go and buy it, go and look in it. If you have a look in that book, which is a handbook for all driving instructors and driving test examiners, it quite clearly says you should press the gas down first and then lift the clutch up. But why is that? So, is the book wrong? Why did I say that? Well, the book's not wrong. There's a very good reason why we say that. When you teach people to drive, you have to teach in a universal method. That is a method that will work in any vehicle. Sadly, most driving instructors don't. They just teach in a way that works for them because it's easier, but that isn't the way it should be done. Now, the vast majority of driving instructors use diesel cars, and this brings me on to the second point, the difference between petrol and diesel. Now, if you regularly watch my videos, you'll notice that this isn't my normal car. This is a car I've got especially to make this video. It's a silver car instead of my normal blue car. Now, my blue Fiesta is a diesel. This silver Fiesta is a petrol. And to make this as fair as I can, I've got the same kind of power in the car. So my normal car has got roughly 80 horsepower. This has got roughly 80 horsepower. There's about 2 or 3 horsepower in it. So pretty much, if you don't understand what horsepower is, it's pretty much this one and the car I normally use are about the same, similar as they can be between petrol and diesel. Anyway, let me get the car turned on now. I'm going to turn on the pedal camera and then turn on the car. And I'm going to show you an example of what happens in a petrol car if you move off using just the clutch and not the gas. Okay, so pedal cam's turned on and the car's turned on. So I'm going to give you an example now of what happens if you move off using just the clutch. So if you watch pedal cam, I'll go clutch down all the way into first gear. I'll check around using only the clutch, no gas. Move off, what happens? Bang, stall. Why did it stall? Because I've got no gas. If you move off in a petrol car without gas, it will stall. And I can already hear people saying, oh, mine doesn't stall, I don't stall. This is why you must understand. When you're teaching people to drive, you can't teach them based purely on the car that they're in at the moment. You can't go out and buy a massive 2-litre petrol engine and say to people, oh look, use just the clutch, it moves off easy. Your 2-litre petrol engine may work like that. This 1-litre Fiesta, which is the kind of car learners are going to buy after passing, will not work like that. And if you try that, I'm not going to do it over and over again, it will damage the car, but that will stall time after time after time. Now, I've been teaching this car for the last couple of days just to give it like a bit of a test, a bit of a demonstration to peoples. And I've said to peoples, just see what you can tell is different about this car. They move off without the gas, bang, it stalled. Why did it stall? Because it's a petrol car, not a diesel. They know it's a different car because of course the colour's different, but I didn't tell them that it was petrol and not diesel. And when I say to them, what do we always say you need to do? And they say, oh, well, you keep saying I need the gas. And they say, well, I never understand why. Well, now you do understand why. Because if you try and move off in a petrol car, like this one without the gas, you're going to stall and stall and stall, and that will eventually start doing damage to your engine. I know that because I had a petrol car once that I taught in, and after about a month of stalling like that, you get horrific sounds coming from the engine. So that's the second reason why you need the gas. If I turn back on, I'll show you the difference. So I'll turn fully back on. I've got a key now, I've got one in a car with a key instead of the usual button, so it's a bit different for me. If I move off using the gas, look at the difference. I'm not going to go racing away, just look at the difference. Gas, go, it pulls, smooth. That's what you want, smooth control, pulling off. It's no good if you're going off with just the clutch. I'll do it one more time, look at this. I'm going to move off. I can't, it doesn't work without the gas. And people keep saying, oh well, that's because the car's no good, because the engine's rubbish. It's not, it's because engines are designed to have gas put through them, then the clutch engages. That's how it's supposed to be done. Now yes, there are vehicles where it can work without, but you must understand when you're learning to drive, the correct way of doing it is to press the gas and lift the clutch. Now it shouldn't be gas, revving, 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 clutch up. That will harm the clutch as well because you're putting far too much power through the clutch. what you want to do, and this takes many hours of practice, is you want to be revving just the right amount so you can hear the gas, but as soon as you hear it, the clutch comes up and takes that gas away. Another way of looking at this, now I can't show you the rev counter. By the way, this rev counter goes up to 8 and my usual car goes up to 6, which again proves the point about how the power is different in petrols and diesels. And I will be doing a video on this in the future, so watch out for that. But yeah, if you move off without the gas, you are going to stall, and it's the cause of a lot of accidents where people pass the driving test in a diesel and they're used to moving off with just the clutch, and they lift the clutch and then they get their own car and they're going to move off one day, and what happens? There is busy junction, they see a small gap, I'm going to go, stall, smash. How do I know? Because that's exactly what happened to me. I had a driving instructor that taught me to move off without the gas. I didn't even know about this thing about pressing the gas. I got through my driving test like that, which you could argue I shouldn't have, because the examiner should have picked up on that, but they didn't. So yeah, I passed my test. Not long after, I had a petrol car, little Metro, old Rover Metro 1.1, instead of a 2-litre turbocharged diesel that my instructor had. My instructor had never told me about the difference with petrol and diesel. So I went to one, moved off, bang, smash. Yeah, thanks a lot for that. So because she was so lazy and couldn't be bothered to teach me properly, I had a huge crash. So yeah, great, thanks a lot for that. That's the second reason why you should use the gas than the clutch. And if you still don't believe me, because I can tell there are still people saying, they're shaking their heads, no, he's wrong. I'm not wrong. Right, here's another way of thinking about it. Let's look at some of the world's greatest drivers, Formula 1 drivers. Now, even if you're not interested in Formula 1, just try this. Next time there's a Formula 1 race on, or go and look it up online or something, just watch the start of the race. The cars pull up on the starting grid, and this is one of the things that fans go for. What the fans love hearing is the noise that the engines make, because all the drivers are revving their engines, rev. The rev counter goes up over twice as much as this car would, probably 3 times as much, because these are the world's best engines. They're revving. The lights go off, clutch up, go. And they go flying away. Now, yes, I know you don't want to go flying away in driving lessons, but that proves the point that you should be pressing the gas. Let me ask you a question. If you say you shouldn't press the gas, why do you think the world's best drivers do it that way? Right? Why do you think that Formula 1 drivers don't sit there with no gas and they're lifting the clutch, then they're pressing the gas? If you don't believe me, you try emailing a Formula 1 team. Go and email them. Go and email the world champion Formula 1 driver. Tell them that you've had a couple of hours driving lessons and you think they're doing it wrong because they should be lifting the clutch before they press the gas. But yeah, you try that and just see what kind of answer you get, if you even get one. So yeah, you must press the gas when you move off. Should it be done on manoeuvres? Yes. When you do a 3-point turn, it should be gas, clutch, not just clutch and brake. If your instructor is showing you this, let me just turn back on. If you're being taught to move off like this, with the brake down, clutch up, that is terrible instruction. That is completely, utterly and totally wrong in every way. You do not move off with the brake down and the clutch up. Watch what happens when I try it. Stall. And that wasn't me being funny, that's not me doing it wrong. That's me doing it as it would work if I was to do the gas and the clutch. You cannot and should not move off with the brake on. That is one of the biggest things that annoys me. And I'd say 99% of driving instructors teach that. Do me a favour. If you're watching this and your instructor is telling you to hold the brake down, lift the clutch, change your instructor. They are not teaching you properly, and you could be involved in a big smash like I was just because of that. That's what I was taught to do. Hold the brake, bring the clutch up. When the car starts making a horrible sound, come off the brake. That's what my instructor actually said. She used to say to me, when the car shakes and it makes a horrible sound, come off the brake. Why do you think it's shaking and making a horrible sound? Because you're not supposed to be doing it like that. She was awful, she was terrible. So anyway, just a quick video there to explain why you should use the gas when you move off. So 3 ways of looking at it. It says so in the official DVSA guidelines. If you don't do it, you will stall more often than not in petrols. And the world's best drivers do it. Okay, so that's the end of the video. So I hope that's educated you on the ways of moving off. As I'll stress, yes, you can in some cars move off with just the clutch, but not all of them. A good driving instructor teaches in a universal way, not just the way that works best for them. So I hope you enjoyed the video. See you again soon for more videos. Okay, I was just on my way home from making that video, and I thought of a fourth way that I could demonstrate this thing about why you must have the gas and the clutch when you move off, rather than the brake and the clutch, or just the clutch on its own. And this is probably the best method of all. This really proves the point for anyone still doubting it. First of all, I'm going to move off, and I want to show you one thing. Now, this is a feature that this car has, but many modern cars have this feature. So, I'm just going to wait for this car behind to go past this blue one, and it's going to turn off. So I'll get moving now. And just watch what happens in this car when I stop. So I'm going to pull up on the hill, I brake, just watch what happens when I come off the foot brake. I don't move for about 2-3 seconds, then it rolls backward. So what's that all about? Well, that's the thing called hill assist. This is a feature brought into all modern cars, and it allows you to stop, come off the brake pedal, and you won't roll back for 2 to 3 seconds. Why do they make it so that you can do that, and why do they give you time to come off the brake pedal? If you haven't guessed the answer yet, because you should be on the gas and the clutch when you move off. So the whole point of this system is that you can stop dead, brake, if you go on need the gas, come off the brake, apply the gas, clutch, move. There you go. That's the whole point of why hill assist exists. It's to prove the point once and for all that you should be using the gas and the clutch when you move off, not just the clutch on its own. Still don't believe me? Well, I'm going to get the manufacturer's guide. This is the actual manual for this car, and I'm going to read you what it says about hill start assist. It says, the system makes it easier to pull away when your vehicle is on a slope without the need to use the parking brake. Why would you normally need to use the parking brake? That's the handbrake. Because if you haven't got hill assist, what you've got to do is stop, put the handbrake on, come off the brake, set your gas, set your clutch, drop the handbrake. So this is the manufacturer, this is the people that made the vehicle, and it says this in all books that I understand. You know, when it comes to like the car manuals, I've read quite a few, and they all say the same thing. Let's just see if it's worth me reading. Yeah, it says here, look, this is a quote direct from the people that make the car, for people who keep saying to me, you don't have to press the gas when you move off. This is the quote. This allows you time to move your foot from the brake to the accelerator pedal, because you need to move off with the gas. So there you go. That's 4 great reasons why you have to press the gas when you move off, and you should not use just the brake and the clutch, or the clutch on its own. So I hope you enjoyed watching that video. I hope some people have been educated by that. I don't mean that in a sarcastic way. I hope some people watching this might think, hey, you know what? I think I've got it wrong. Maybe you should use the gas and the clutch. It is wrong to use the clutch on its own. Why do so many instructors do it? I'll tell you why. It sounds bad. It's because they're lazy. It's much easier to sit back and let people just do the clutch, and they think, oh God, they're doing that again. Rather than do the job you pay them to do, and you pay them like £20 an hour to do, they think, oh, I can't be bothered. Yeah, that'll do. Clutch on its own, that'll do. A good instructor won't do that. A good instructor will be pulling their hair out trying to explain it to you over and over again before they give up. I've mentioned this before in videos. When you go for a test to be an instructor, the examiners play the role of the people on your Part 3 exam. That's one of the exams you have to pass to become an instructor. And what they'll do is they'll deliberately keep doing the wrong thing over and over again. One of the classic examples is clutch without the gas. And if the instructor gives up, you get marked down or failed. They think, well, yeah, you gave up, the people kept doing it wrong. And the instructors will say, well, I kept telling you and you kept doing it wrong. And say, yeah, because that's what pupils are like. It is what pupils are like. You can tell people something 100 times and they won't do it. Not because they're being stupid or whatever, they just forget because they're learning. So you have to be prepared as an instructor to keep saying gas, clutch, gas, clutch, gas, clutch, gas, clutch. So many people try and move off without just the gas, without the gas at all, sorry, just the clutch. So there you go, 4 good reasons why you should move off using the gas and the clutch. That is completely logical. I've showed you the manufacturer's guide, I've told you about the world's greatest drivers, I've told you what examiners want to see, and I've even demonstrated why it can be dangerous the other way. So if you still don't believe me after all that, then you're probably one of these people who will never change their ways and you'll never learn. There's a great saying, there are none so blind as those who will not see. Which means no one in the world is as blind as people who just refuse to accept things, and they've got the blinkers on, they're looking straight ahead, they've got their own beliefs, they don't listen to anyone else, and when someone comes along and just try and change their mind and educate them on what's actually correct instead of just what they think, they don't listen. But that is correct. Sorry to rant on, but this is something people ask me about over and over again. So there you go, there is the definitive answer. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you soon for more videos. And there's more proof. Hear that bike? fifth thing. It's like 5 things. Here they're at the bike was revving, then they move off. Gas, clutch, gas, clutch, gas, clutch. Clutch up a tiny bit, look at the pedal camera. I'll try and make that screen bigger so you can see it. Clutch down, clutch up, clutch down. Still, 3 seconds or so. And they brake, they come off the brake, right back, they say, what's happening, what's happening, what's happening? And they go and smash, nearly crashed into the car behind. The reason is they don't know about rolling back. They've never been taught how to drive in a car.